What's up everyone, Chase here at Rocky Mountain ATVMC and welcome to our 2017 Off-Road and Motocross Boot Buyer's Guide. Alright, so second to your helmet, your boot's gonna be the most important part of your safety gear that you go out and wear. Now we carry a huge selection of motocross and off-road boots here at Rocky Mountain, but we have narrowed it down to our top 5 motocross and off-road boots for 2017. Now these are all gonna be premium boots. It means they're all gonna have some things in common. They're all going to be made from very high quality materials, they all have great buckle designs, and they're all going to have replaceable soles as well. But they do have key features that make each one stand apart, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to walk through and I'm going to point out the key features to give you guys a great starting point. Now we know that fit is going to be crucial with any off-road motocross boot, so we're definitely going to talk about fit today to make sure you guys know which boot's going to be best for you. But keep in mind guys, we're going to ship for free over 75 bucks, and we have our apparel fit guarantee. So if you ever get a boot, if you're not happy with the sizing, you can just send it back to us in brand new unworn condition, and we'll make sure you get the right size, and we will give you free shipping on your first exchange. Now when I'm done with this guide, when you find the boot that you like, just click on the links in the description below. That will take you to the detailed video spotlights that we've done for each one of these boots, where I break them down into complete detail. Now it's time for you to sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Alright, so to get this party started, we are starting off with the boot that just about everybody knows and loves. This is the Tech10 from Alpinestars. Now Alpinestars, these guys have been making high quality boots since the early 1980s, and the Tech10 is going to be the flagship in their lineup. Now let's talk about sizing real quick. The boot's going to fit true to size, no surprises there, plenty of room in the toe box, but one thing I do want to point out, this is the only boot in the lineup that is using an inner bootie. Now these two are meant to go together. You can't buy the boot and wear the boot without the bootie, just keep that in mind. And if you do have a very wide foot, because of that inner bootie, just know this boot is going to fit pretty narrow. But if you've never worn a set of Tech10s before, just know that the bootie and the boot, they're going to break in and they are going to pack out just a little bit. Now with the Tech10, there are 3 key features that I want to point out today. And the first is going to be their buckle design. This, of all the premium boots on the market, this is my favorite design. If you look at it, it's very, very simple to operate. You're going to have your strap, slide it through the buckle, it's self-aligning, and then it's just going to snap into place. So even if there's dirt and gunk built up in there, very easy to operate. The second key feature is going to be their flex blade system that Alpinestars is using. So here in the front, you can see you have this blade. It's more of a tongue and groove type system. You're going to have that on the front. If I turn it around, you're also going to have it here in the back. And what it does, it allows the boot to be flexible right out of the box, but it also is going to help resist that hyperflexion and also that hyperextension. So that's a great built-in safety feature with this boot. Now the third feature that I want to point out is going to be with their bootie system. As I said before, this is the only boot in the lineup that has an inner bootie, but what they've done is they've put these C torsion bars here on the side. Now what these do is these are going to give added lateral support to the ankle when it is inside the boot. So 3 things, you're getting the C torsion bars with that inner bootie, the flex blade system, and also that buckle design that I love. And just to top it all off, this is the boot that Eli Tomac and Justin Barcia are both rocking. That's the Tech10 from Alpinestars. Alright, so the next boot that made it into our top 5, this is the Tech7 from Alpinestars. This is going to be the baby brother to the Tech10 that we just showed you. Now right out of the box, fitment, these are going to fit true to size. Lots of room in the toe box. Definitely, if you're a guy with wider feet, this is a boot that you're going to want to consider. Great step in comfort, little to zero break-in time with the Tech7. Now there's 4 things that I want to highlight with this boot. The first, it's going to be the buckle design, because you know I love it. It's the same design as a Tech10. You're going to have 4 buckles on the Tech7 where you get 3 with the Tech10. The other is I want to point out, on the lateral and the medial side of this boot, you're going to have a mechanical hinge. So it's going to help with the lateral stiffness of the boot. It's also going to make the boot flexible when you're out walking around. The third thing I want to point out is going to be on the back of the boot here. So just like with the Tech10, you're going to have a flex blade system here in the back. Now it's going to be in the upper part of the boot. The Tech10's down here at the bottom, but it's the same concept. It's going to help prevent hyperextension and also hyperflexion when you're wearing this boot. Now the last thing I do want to point out with the Tech7, and the reason it comes into our top 5, is don't let the price tag fool you with this boot. Coming in at sub 400 bucks, bang for your buck, this is a rock solid boot, and this is actually a boot that a lot of top level pros are wearing right now. So if you're looking for a pro level boot at a price that won't break the bank, check out the Tech7 from Alpinestars. All right, so the third boot that has made it into our top 5, this is the bread and butter from Sidi. This is the Crossfire 2 SRS. Now Sidi, these are another Italian company. This guy's been making quality boots for over 50 years. Now when we talk about fitment, there's a couple key things with this boot that you are gonna need to keep in mind. Right out of the box, Sidi designed these boots to fit narrow. They're gonna be the narrowest boot in the lineup that we have today. They're designed that way, and they're also gonna be pretty stiff right out of the box. Sidi just wants to give as much support to the foot and the ankle as possible. But one thing I do wanna point out is I've also got the Crossfire 2 TA, which stands for Traditional Application. The only difference between these two boots is going to be the sole. The TA is going to have a traditional stitched on sole, but what's nice about that is that stitched on sole is actually going to add about 5 millimeters of width to this boot. So if you like the Crossfire 2, but you have a wider foot, I would definitely steer you in the direction of that TA. Now there's 3 things with the Crossfire 2 that I do want to highlight. Now the first is going to be the shin plate. What's nice is that Sidi's made the shin plate up here adjustable, so if you have larger legs and you wear a knee brace, they've made it so that you're going to have plenty of length to get your boot buckled down up here at the top. The second key feature is going to be in their hinge design. So here on your lateral and your medial side, you're going to have a hinge design. Again, it's going to give lateral stability and also flexibility to the boot. But what's nice is these are actually offset. The medial and the lateral side are offset to mimic the actual shape and the motion of your ankle. So it's really going to help the ankle be really secure when it's inside the boot. Now the third key feature with the boot that I want to highlight is just about everything on this boot is going to be replaceable. So it's very, very durable boot. It's going to last you a very long time. Now on the bottom here, what I love, and this is what SRS is, stands for Sole Replacement System. What Sidi has done is they've allowed you from your own home, you can actually just unscrew and take this sole out and you can replace it from your own house. You don't have to send these boots off anywhere to get them resoled. Now another cool feature about that sole replacement system is Sidi actually has 3 different soles that they offer for this boot. We have those available on our website. It's going to come with the Moto style sole. You also have a Super Moto sole and an Enduro sole as well. So you can buy those separate, and again you can just unscrew the sole and put the other one on. You don't have to send the boots off to have that done. Very nice touch from Sidi. So again, that's the Crossfire 2 SRS and also the TA that has the wider footbed. Again, you're getting just about everything replaceable on this boot, making it last very long. Adjustable shin plate, dual hinge design, great boot from Sidi. That's the Crossfire 2 SRS. All right, so the fourth boot that has made it into our top 5 is the SG12 from Gaerne. Now, one fact I love about Gaerne, these guys are an Italian company and all their boots come directly out of Italy. So you're not gonna find any faults when it comes to quality with these boots. Now, real quick, let's talk about fitment. Now, the SG12 has always been known for having one of the wider toe boxes. Now, so if you have a wider foot, definitely gonna be an option you would want to consider. Now, the old SG12 to the new SG12, they did narrow up the toe box just a pinch, but it's still gonna be one of the wider boots in our lineup that we're talking about today. Now, another thing I do wanna touch on with fitment that I love about this boot is on the inside, Gaerne uses a memory cell foam around the ankle area. So the boot still is gonna offer plenty of support, but when you put your foot in there, that memory foam is very comfortable and it just gives a very nice snug fit to your foot. Now there's 3 key features on the SG12 that I want to highlight, and the first one is going to be the adjustable shin plate. Again, if you have bigger legs, if you rock a knee brace, not going to have any issues getting these buckled down because you can adjust that shin plate there. The other is going to be here in the back. If we look at it, SG12 features what they call their razorback system. There's actually a 3-piece design that brings this whole boot together. What it does, it offers flexibility with the boot. It also helps with that hyperextension and also that hyperflexion. The third key feature that I want to point out is actually going to be in their hinge design. So you're going to have a dual hinge with this boot, but what Gaerne has done is rather than using a single point for the boot to pivot, they have a glide plate system. What it does, it allows the boot to flex and just give a more natural range of motion with your foot inside. So it's a great feature from Gaerne. Again, to wrap it up, you're gonna have the wider toe box, again, wider feet, definitely a choice you wanna look at. Adjustable shin plate, you're getting that razorback system, and the dual glide plates, which give a great feel for your ankle. That's the SG12 from Gaerne. All right, so the 5th and final boot that has made it into our top 5 is the Instinct boot from Fox. Now, this is the same boot that Ryan Dungey and Ken Roczen are both wearing. And a cool fact about this boot is that Ricky Carmichael is actually who helped test it and also develop this boot. Now, when we talk about fitment, in our opinion, it is gonna run a tad bit small. So if you are right between sizes, I would definitely recommend going up to a larger size. And it does fit a little bit narrow in the toe box. Now there's 2 key features with this boot that we're gonna point out. The first is going along with fitment. The Instinct has a reputation for being one of the more comfortable boots that are available. The step-in comfort is very nice and it has little to zero break-in time. The second key feature is if we turn it around and we look at the back here, Fox uses what they call their dynamic core stabilizer system. So you're gonna have dual pivoting hinges, one on each side, and then you're gonna have the dynamic core stabilizer in the rear, which is what's gonna bring this boot together. And what it does, it allows the boot to flex, give you good flexibility in the boot. But what I love about it is when it comes to hyperextension, as this boot flexes back, they've actually built this stopping point. So if you flex it, the boot will get to a point where it can't extend any farther, and that's gonna give very good protection to your ankle. So if you're looking for a boot that has great step-in comfort, little to zero braking time, the Instinct is definitely one you're gonna want to consider. And you're also getting that dynamic core stabilized system that Fox has been using. That is a very good design. That's the Instinct boot from Fox. All right, guys, so that wraps up our 2017 off-road and motocross boot buyer's guide. Hopefully today I have narrowed down the search for you. Now, before I let you go, I need you to subscribe to us on YouTube. That will keep you up to date and in the loop on the latest gear guides, product reviews, and how-to videos that we're constantly rolling out to help you guys out. I'm Chase here at Rocky Mountain, and we'll see you on the trails.